Hi YouTube, it's Em here. I know it's been a while since I've done a video, even just for an update or just a general video on my lock channel. So I just wanted to make sure to come on here first of all and say hello to everybody. And just this video is not to give you an update on my locks, but I figured I'd just at least give a side view of how they're looking. As you can see, there's some length happening in the back. It seems like the length shows more from the back than the front, because if you look at the front, it almost looks like I have like a shorter look. But then if I pull it forward, you can see more of the length, which I think is interesting. So anyway, this video was actually inspired by Cejuanna. I can't remember your last name, but it's Cejuanna. She's a YouTuber, a lock YouTuber that I follow here on YouTube, and she did a video on lock motivation, and I thought it was really interesting. It really made me think about some things that I found inspiring more early in my lock journey, and some of these things I actually still find very motivating now, moving through the lock journey still, even at, where am I now? I'm at 38 months, I think, into the lock journey. So anyway, I just wanted to come in here and share some of my thoughts and everything on this. So I actually have, it looks like I have 5, and I'm looking at the list. I wrote down the list of things just while I was like thinking about it and like thinking about what were my lock motivations. I wrote some things down. So I'll get right into it. So the first thing I found motivating, and this may be a bit obvious, but I would watch videos from other lock YouTubers, and no matter where they were in their journey, some people I would watch their video from, if they had been the journey for a few years, some people, if they were even newer in the journey than I was, whatever the case may be, I found that very motivating because, it's cool to, first of all, see, it was cool because I find people that had so much, courage, I guess, moving into the journey, so much open-mindedness, so much excitement. I found that really motivating. And of course, for people who had been in the journey longer, I found it really cool just to see their progress. I really like to look at other people's journeys, not to compare, because I don't compare myself to other people anyway. I like to compare people within themselves, I guess. So, compare how their journeys look for themselves, even for me, I'm comparing myself to myself. How did my locks look in the beginning of the journey, and where are they at? What is my own personal potential? And it's really cool it was cool to unravel, but it honestly was very hard at first to really believe in the process. So it was more the biggest thing for me was when I could ever look and see okay, it seems to work for that, maybe it will work for me. So that was enough to also keep me motivated, keep me encouraged early on, because it's hard, especially in those first few months when everything seems to be just dragging on, oh my gosh, when am I going to see this change? What is the budding start? What is this? What's going on here? What's going on there? So it's really helpful to keep my eyes on how the journeys worked for other people, because it was just okay, this will transform my hair. No, it may not look like somebody else's hair, but it will. But the transformation is real, no matter what your hair type is. So I found that really cool, and it was also just a great distraction to be able to watch other people's journeys, because every day I woke up, I was like, oh, what's going on? And I'm not one of those people that's afraid to touch my hair. I touch my hair all the time, so I needed that distraction. Another thing, the second thing I found very motivating for the lock journey was just talking with other people, particularly other people on YouTube who were going through the lock journey. I like talking to people who were around my point in the journey, although I did, of course, talk with whoever, anybody in the lock community, really, anybody I encountered. I was more than eager to talk with them, just because they understand, what it's like to have to sit, and every day you're looking in the mirror trying to see, oh, has anything changed? Has anything happened yet? So that was always really helpful, very inspiring. And again, it was just encouraging, sometimes just seeing that you're not alone, that's motivating to see that somebody else is staying strong and going with it as well. The third thing I actually found very helpful and just motivated me to stay on track and not to get overly panicky when different changes happen with my hair is just noting how much my life was made easier already. For those of you who have seen my journey and followed my journey so far, I actually semi-free-formed my hair for a while in my first year of my journey. So it was a good amount of time where I was just washing my hair and separating my locks. That was the main maintenance that I did. And of course, moisturizing. But as far as like the actual like root maintenance, I just washed and separated for a long period of time. And I just thought about like how it made my life so easy. I wasn't too worried about the roots or anything like that. And I didn't have to consider it anymore with my workouts because, it could do whatever it wanted to do. I didn't have to worry about unraveling. It saved me a bunch of money, especially once I started to do the maintenance on my own. I saved so much money that way because I think if I went and got regular maintenance every month, like I was recommended to do, it would be like $65 a month, and I'd rather spend that on something else. Just my personal preference. I don't like to spend that much on my appearance. I'm too tacky. I think I'm too lazy. I'm too lazy when it comes to my appearance. So, and then also, I love the rain, and so it was really cool to like not worry about the rain. So like being able to just go do those things without having to worry about my hair was very motivating for me. I found that to be very helpful, very exciting, and kept me encouraged. Another thing, I'd say number 4, I think of the things I'm mentioning as motivations, I would say are accessories, like just playing around with different accessories, even early on in the journey. I want to say like probably even at month 2, about month 2, I was already starting to put things in my hair, like little pieces of lock jewelry, little something here, just as a way to celebrate also, but really just as a way to like make just kind of remind me like, hey, I'm going to be able to do more and more as time goes on with my hair. So I kind of played with it the more my hair was ready for any type of additions. I also wore head wraps and things like that, which is actually not something I normally would do. So it was just it's a fun way to just kind of like play around with, oh, look at all the different things I can do with my locks. And I found that to be very motivating for me. So like very self-motivating, I guess. Another way I kept myself motivated is that I made sure to, number one, it's like personal challenges. That was the big thing for me. Like those personal challenges. And the first part of my personal challenge would be, to make sure to note milestones and like in a way, not even celebrate them, but I did, but just making sure that I noted that like, hey, I've made it this far. And along with that, I think documentation was extremely important for me. Like, having some way that I was like documenting that. Like, so I had a challenge, like, hey, make sure every single month that you are, taking a picture of your locks or whatever, because that in a way that helps me see that this is actually going somewhere. Because before, like, I kid you not, if I didn't have like the videos that I post on YouTube or some pictures that I've shared on YouTube, I kid you not, I would feel like my locks didn't grow, because it's hard to note those changes when you're looking in the mirror all the time. And I'm not a very patient person. So like, I'm always looking in the mirror. I'm like, what's going on? What's happening with my locks? What's happening here? And so it was very helpful to see those changes through the pictures or through the videos that I had. So, I really found that to be extremely motivating to see through my own journey, to see the changes even from month 1 to month 2. I saw big jumps. And then once I started washing my hair more frequently, I would see changes even faster. So it was a lot of it really I relied on just thinking about my own hair journey itself, and that really kept me on track. Along with the personal challenges, I also would do like little moisturizing challenges for myself and things like that, just to make sure, just to kind of just add a little something to the journey. And that also would just like keep me on track. And I'd see any time where I could like really note progress and force myself to do some comparisons. It was really great. So with that being said, I had just wanted to come on here and share those thoughts. Those are the main lock motivations that I could think of. So thank you so much for tuning in. I was actually really excited to come back on here and at least I wanted to post something, have some kind of video out. So I want to thank you guys so much for those of you who have continued to follow my channel, ask questions, and all of that good stuff. I still get questions and comments now, even though I haven't posted a video in a couple months. But like I said in my last video, I'm not going anywhere. I'm still around. I'm still here. It's not as, I don't have like a specific like set time to record now. So I'm giving myself a little freedom with that, but I am here. So if you guys do have any video requests or anything that you'd like to hear, or like for me to record, I'd be happy to do so. I know somebody already has requested for me to do a video on my ACV rinse from the next time I do it. So I have not forgotten that. So for the person that requested that, I wish I could remember which person requested it, but for that person, I have not forgotten. So I'll be sure to do that. And in the meantime, I hope you guys take care, and I will talk with you soon. Bye for now.